Hello there, wrestling fans. Once again, round two to the episode 84 of the Dudes at Ringside, the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now introducing to the mic from top of Metal Mountain all the way down to all 50 states and throughout the country. Careful, it's a little hot up there on the Metal Mountain. It's the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Metal Mountain? What's going on?
It's a little hot up there. Isn't it like 100 degrees out and you guys are walking around on Metal Mountain?
We're used to it.
What can you say? It's like you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
You sit on a bench, you start melting into the bench. God damn it. Yeah. Well, this is our guest, final guest of the night. Hey, Michael Hito. What's up, brother? Geek, say hi.
What's up, Jesse?
No, Michael.
Also, Michael, what's up?
Welcome, Mike. Hey. And now, let's have our final guest tonight from the Boston area. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the Suplex
Sweetheart,
Oksana.
Islana. It's Islana.
Islana, actually. Don't worry, it's much better than some people have given me. So
I try my best.
You got confused, Joe, between Islana and Oksana.
I
think that's what he was going for.
One day I'm going to go to an event in Boston, and if I mess up someone's name, they're going to go after me. They're going to be like, "Can you sign this paper? What's this for?" You'll see. And mid-show, all of a sudden, they just pull me over the freaking barricade, and I'm just like a turtle on his back. What happened?
You screwed up my name on Dudes at Ringside. What happened? That's what happened.
Oh boy.
But it'd be funny because we're friends with like Little Mean Kathleen and Becca and oh my gosh, who else? Oh my gosh, she would jump me too if I just forgot her name. Like Sarah, we're all come out of the back room to stop you if you went after me. Not America's Sweetheart will be like, no, not Joe. But I think Kathleen will be like, get at me, Adam.
Oh yeah, Kathleen would definitely. She would jump on that.
She'd be like, no, she would have reasons why she would jump and attack me because we message her like, can you help me get this person? She's like, I'm not your booker, as she's beating me up. I'm not your booker.
Chad would jump on you too, right? Don't forget Chad. You got to throw Chad's name in there too.
And Chad Epic will be like this, ladies,
go get him.
Back up. I got this. And he comes out, goes in the back out with the garbage, like the shopping cart with all the weapons.
Yup.
Comes out with like a shopping cart.
I actually asked him about what he thought about the Young Bucks and that thumbtack shoe.
Yeah.
And he's like, is that something you would do, Chad? He's like, you better believe that's something I would do.
Absolutely.
I could see him mid-show, Oksana, doing like this, going,
Islana.
Can you see him doing that? Already like sitting there game planning in his chair, his cool chair he has in his basement like this. Do I have a shoe that I don't wear every day?
You would probably find a way of making it wearable, and it would probably be pink leopard skin or something.
Oh yeah,
he has the most ridiculous outfits. Like, the pink alligator shoes with the pink suit and the pink pimp cane and all that. That's Chad Epic in a nutshell right there.
So you think it's like maybe he comes out with like somebody has a jacket on and it's like nobody wants or anything. It's like, I don't want this anymore. And Chad's like, I think I can make that jacket work.
Oh yeah. Yes, that's Chad. That's 150% Chad.
Yeah. So if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
So I am the Suplex Sweetheart Islana. I am hailing from Kent County, Rhode Island. I wrestle all across New England. I've been as far south as Jersey, as far north as Maine. Done New York, I wrestle mainly in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Primarily, like RWA is my home company, Renegade Wrestling Alliance. I also wrestle for NCW, Northeast Championship Wrestling. Lucky Pro is another constant in my life. But also, I've done NECW. I've wrestled for Warriors of Wrestling down in New York, Wrestlers Lab in New Jersey. Well, they're all over the place, but the most recent show is in New Jersey. But I'm hungry for it. So
Have you ever wrestled for VPW or?
I haven't done VPW yet. No.
They're a hidden gem out on Long
They're
Island.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard of them. But I haven't made it out. I mostly work the city areas. I haven't made it out to much of the rest of New York. I did have an invite for actually this upcoming weekend, and I had to turn it down, unfortunately, because I had family obligations. But for NYCW, or is it
NYW.
NYCW or NYWC? I can't remember. There's two of them. I can never remember which one's
Yeah.
which. I think it was NYCW.
NYW.
Whichever one is run by what's his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Begins with P.
P.
Patches, Johnny Patches.
I don't
Yes.
know.
What is a different one?
There's one that's like just above the city. This is and I don't even remember what it stands for, but there's NYWC and there's NYCW, and I can never remember which way it goes.
Oh man, so it's like that's like a tongue
Yeah.
twister right there.
It is, and I've had people. I have friends that have worked for both, so I've been like, yeah, and they're like, no.
Please.
I mean, I hate to rip on it, but if somebody had dyslexia, that would really screw them up right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They'll be like, "Wait, what?" Right? I'm spelling
I mean,
backwards. What?
just wrestling in general, like there's so many acronyms in it, like that's going to be so difficult
And
for
I don't want
anyone.
to rip on anybody. I mean, I respect everybody. So
Yeah, but
I
it's still
respect
it would be
everybody.
a challenge.
Because
Yeah.
how can you have two names, one name which is backwards? I mean, that would really be a tongue twister right there. So
Absolutely.
Imagine that. Like you think you're going to the right show, and they're like, "This is
But
not." Yeah. But you're still at a wrestling show, so you did make it to the right event.
You
Yeah.
still win.
You still spent money to give. You still you're doing what me and Geek love doing to death, and we pump our chest out about it. Where you're just supporting the indies and you're helping the indies. That's what that's our war cry here on Dudes at Ringside. Support the indies.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
The little brother.
So
the little
important.
brother, man.
So if there's a big wrestling show, I would choose to go to the local show rather than go to the big wrestling show.
Yep.
Like if some of our wrestling fans say, "Hey guys, you're gonna come or you're gonna go to NXT," I'm choosing you guys over them.
Yeah. No, I mean honestly,
because they don't need our support. You guys need it more than we do.
Absolutely. Honestly, like when I first got into wrestling, it wasn't because of WWE or Impact or any of that. It was local independent wrestling. Like I still remember, I love telling the story. The first time I saw wrestling on TV, it was this boy that I had a wicked crush on in 5th grade. And he was a huge fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I was like, all right, I'm going to check this out. So maybe we can have something to talk about. I turn it on. And the first thing I see is Rikishi doing the stink face. And I immediately just turned it off and went, well, that's enough of that. And I didn't watch wrestling again for years. And then I went to a local show that my friend was wrestling at, and I was instantly hooked, like instantly hooked. I think I went to that first show, and then I just went to every single RWA show that has ever happened since, pretty much. Because I was just like, this is fantastic. Because on the TV, it's like these unattainable stars that aren't human almost. I mean, obviously they're human, but you know, they're so untouchable and distant from you that like I don't feel that connection with them as much. I mean, obviously now, you know, I watch the product to an extent because I kind of have to. But the independence. You're seeing people that you can like interact with and that are real people, and you're like, you have a day job, and now you're going out there and doing superhuman feats. Like that's so cool. That's what blows my mind about independent wrestling is these are real people that you can reach out and touch them. I mean, don't do it while they're wrestling, but you can literally like you can give them a hug and buy some merch, and they're just real regular humans doing superhuman things, and that's what inspired me.
And the other thing about independent wrestling I like is that they're like very local, so the chances are them remembering you, they'll be like, yeah, I remember you from the last show.
Yup.
Yeah, I remember because like
Thank you for the support. You got to follow her.
If you're in WWE, for example, or AEW, for example, they'll be like, yeah, I remember you, but you really don't.
Yeah. No, there's just so many faces that they see.
But, yeah, because they're going through. They have like probably like 1 million people on their Twitter or Instagram, whatever. But the local people, they know who you are because you go to the shows all the time. So
exactly. No, you're interacting and you're seeing familiar faces. Like there'll be people that'll be, at one show one weekend, and then I'm at another show the next weekend, and I see the same guy, and I'm like, hey, what's up? How was your week?
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've seen you.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to the BPW on Saturday. So that's I know I talked to all the guys there, so they're all cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually having a match. I don't know if you ever heard of the wrestler Karen Bam Bam.
She wrestles in the Massachusetts area too. So
yep, I have had one match against Karen. It was a tag team match. It was myself and Nevaeh Chantel versus her and Notorious Mimi. And I get squished.
Yeah.
I get squished.
Karen's no joke.
Bad Bam.
Bad Bam indeed. She squished me quite well. But it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. Overall, I really liked it. It was for Test of Strength out in Connecticut. And I want to go back there because I had a lot of fun there. The locker room was really great. Everyone was really awesome. So
yeah, I was actually talking with the girl who actually faced her. I said, it's like, yeah, that was a tough loss. And then she goes up to me and say, she hits really, really hard.
She does. She really does. Like, everyone says it's fake. Nope.
It's like you take a chop from her or a suplex from her, anything. Maybe you could tell me if it's fake or not. So
no, I think I might have peed myself a little when she squished me, so that gives me an idea.
So, what is like your legitimate fighting style, you would say?
I'm basically a ground worker. I'm definitely not a high flyer. I cannot jump. I admit it. I can't jump, or at least not very well. But it's mostly power striking, power and striking, and a lot of power moves. Obviously, suplexes. I'm the suplex sweetheart. Most of my strength is derived from my behind, so a lot of suplex style moves or like power bombs, anything that requires strength. That's really my forte. I don't get to bust it out a lot, but mat wrestling is also something that I'm pretty darn good at. But a lot of women I will admit, are a little afraid of mat wrestling. I don't know if it's just something that they're not comfortable with or they're not trained well enough in. So I don't get to bust it out all that often. Usually if I do, it's when I'm wrestling guys. And I'll pull out my bag of tricks and I'll put them in various cradles and pins and stuff like that. But it's fun to just flow and just get into that zone of just don't get pinned. So those are pretty much my styles, is power and agility.
How'd you get the name Suplex Sweetheart?
So that is actually, I have to give the credit there to, I don't know if you know King Leon the Sixth. He's a Rhode Island, actually a Massachusetts based wrestler. But he wrestles a lot in Rhode Island as well. But I had made it as a hashtag on Instagram one day. It was a picture of me suplexing someone, and I just did the hashtag suplex sweetheart. And he was like, that's what I see you as. You're the suplex sweetheart. And I was like, I was kind of searching for a moniker at the time. I didn't really have anything. So I was like, well, so the next time I got announced, I was like, call me the suplex sweetheart. And it stuck, and I just ran with it. And I started diversifying my suplex repertoire. And I mean, it's a little tough now because the place that I was training at closed down, so I can't really diversify my suplex repertoire as much anymore. But if I manage to get someone in something that I'm familiar with, it's you're gonna fly.
Mm. That's good. It's funny how people get their names sometimes. Like get them like if you do like I don't know if you back in the day there was that guy Draws, and then he did something, and then Vince made him change his name to Puke.
Oh, jeez.
Did you ever hear that story about
Oh,
that?
no, I never heard that story. Oh my God, that's
He
tough.
was Draws, and he was all punk rock, and then Vince is like, oh, because he like I feel a little sick, Vince, and he's like, go ahead, do it. You're gonna puke. He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke. And he's like, that's it. You'll be called Puke.
Oh
And
my
he's like,
God.
what? No,
Oh
I like
no.
draws. He's like, oh, you're Puke now. You're Puke.
Jeez. I mean, I've always wanted like a spiffy nickname, like Toast or something with some intricate backstory. But so far, the Suplex Sweetheart's all I got. So
That's a cool name.
It is a cool name.
it isn't bad. It isn't bad. It's certainly descriptive.
I'd rather have that than Puke.
Yeah.
What was your
or
first
the
match
little
like in front of
creeper. I'd rather have that than something creepy. Something that people go like,
Yeah.
like,
Uh,
yeah.
well, I couldn't hear you, Metal Geek. What was that?
No, it's like what was your first match in front of a crowd?
My first match in front of a crowd was it was at RWA. It was actually against the owner of RWA, T Phoenix, who is he's basically the size of a small Mack truck. He's like 6'2" and probably 280, and that might be putting it nicely. So he's solid. And I won the match. I won the match barely, but I won the match. It was a really fun match. There was some very entertaining things in it. It was the debut of my Eiffel Tower spot. If you ever see me in a position where I'm bent over and there is one person on either side of me, know that I probably called that spot. But yeah, so that was in March of 2016, March 18th, 2016 was my first match. So it's been a little over 5 years now of grinding.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, out of all your matches you've had in your career so far, which was your favorite one that you was like, that was my match? I'll never forget.
Oh, that's tough because I've had a couple really good ones. The first one that's jumping to my mind is wrestling Tara Calloway for what was at the time Providence Wrestle Party. Or actually, it wasn't Wrestle Party yet. It was Live Prov Wrestling, and now it's Wrestle Party out of Providence, Rhode Island. And so we had she does the dinosaur thing. So for the opening, I froze, and she couldn't find me because dinosaurs can't see movement. So I just froze, and she was wandering all around the ring trying to find me. And the entire match, I was working towards just getting a suplex in because I knew that was the only way I was going to be able to defeat her was if I suplexed her. And when I finally got that suplex in, the crowd just lost it. And it was such a surreal feeling to have the crowd just lose their mind like that. And then as I was getting out, I just remember I hushed the crowd. I hushed the crowd very gently, and then I was like, she's a clever girl, and they lost their minds again. Had to throw in the Jurassic Park. There was also one that I did there where my alter ego, I also have been known to wrestle as the Black Cat. It's a Wrestle Party exclusive. It's a masked gimmick. And I'll wrestle there. And I had one match where it was my first match wrestling as the Cat. I was wrestling the Riot Kellen Thomas. And to cut me off and start beating me up, he pulls out a box and just puts it in the middle of the ring. And of course, I'm a cat. And I do what you see cats do in viral videos. That's the entire concept behind it. So I go up to the box. I sniff the box. I look at the box. I look at the crowd. I put one foot in the box. I look at the crowd. I put the other foot in the box. I look at the crowd again. And then I go to sit in the box. The box goes flying. Kellen comes in and kicks the head off. And the entire crowd lost their minds. It was absolutely surreal. Like,
You can't get that reaction in mainstream wrestling at all.
no. I mean, the closest you probably could get would be like the D-Bry or the Adam Cole at AEW. Like it was like that, but for a box, for a cardboard box.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Where's one place you would like to visit that you haven't visit yet?
In terms of wrestling,
Yeah,
like location or company.
Company location.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to travel. I really do. I really want to get down to the Georgia area. I have a bunch of friends that wrestle in the Georgia area. And also I know that there's a zoo down there where you can pet otters. So I kind of want to kill two birds with one stone and go down to Georgia, go visit my friends, have an awesome wrestling match, and then go pet some otters.
That's awesome.
So that would be really, really fun. I'd love to do Georgia. I want to wrestle. Actually, ironically, I've wrestled in all the New England states except New Hampshire. So I really want to get a match in New Hampshire somehow, but that's really hard because they still have an athletic commission, like an actual athletic commission that actually cares about their athletes, and not in the good way, more in the give us money kind of way. So there's not a lot of companies that run in New Hampshire. So it's pretty tough to get up that way. But that's that. I need to check that off my bucket list before I retire, is to wrestle in New Hampshire and say I've wrestled in all the New England states.
Yeah, me and Joe want to do traveling for the podcast. So like when stuff starts opening up, stuff's already open.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, go ahead, Joe.
I'm from Pennsylvania, the Pike County side of it, and Geek's from Long Island.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get him maybe next summer if everything's back open a little more. I would say he'd come up to us. If you were doing a show, did you ever do a show? What's the one that's over in Massachusetts? The one that what's the one that
I know the Beyond or Limitless? Beyond Limitless?
Limitless or Beyond? We'll be down.
Beyond's in Massachusetts. Limitless is up in Maine. So I did a taping for Limitless, but that's all I've done with them. I used to be the bell girl for Beyond, but that didn't end so well. So yeah, there was an incident where, long story short, the way originally we used to have the bell set up right on the ring in one of the corners. Then there was the infamous Kimberly Chris Dickinson incident where he threw her into the turnbuckle and she hit her head on the ring bell.
Oh.
And that went viral and it was a big to do. So we ended up moving the bell to the bar. So I'm sitting there by myself pretty much the whole time, not really able to see the referees because they have the crowd around the ring. So at the time that I was supposed to ring the bell, because the referee called the match, one, I couldn't see him. And two, I was distracted because I was saying goodbye to the only person that had hung out and talked to me the whole day. So I got in trouble for that one, which, I mean, admittedly, I didn't ring the bell. I kind of ruined the moment. But it was just like a series of unfortunate events.
Did you get really fucked up in it? Or,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just basked in it. It was tough, but
I mean, it's not that bad if you got the Botchamania moment, and you're featured on Botchamania there. So you'd be like,
Yeah,
you could be
it
like,
felt like it. I wanted to dig a hole to China at that point. I was done. I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna go hide my face and never come back out
you could
again."
be like, yep, that was if I got the Botchamania moment, I'm like, yep, that was me.
Yeah. Actually, technically, I am in a Botchamania, sort of. I'm in the background. I was doing ringside photography for a Beyond Secret taping, because that's actually how I started. I started off as a ringside photographer, and then I eventually became a wrestler. But there was a scene with, I think it was Chris Dickinson and Eric Corvus, and they ended up on Botchamania, and you can see me like diving out of the way as they go crashing through the chairs.
Do you have a clip of that? Because you could send it to us.
I unfortunately do not. I don't even know which number it was. I just remember seeing it and going, "Hey, I know that face."
It happens.
Well, you made your Botchamania debut. There you go.
I
Right?
did. I did.
And you weren't even part of it. So
Yeah, I didn't botch. So
no, you're just
not
in the
that time
background.
anyway.
You're just in the background. That's it. So you're like, "Up, I'm famous." There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, that's hardly the most famous I've gotten. Did I ever tell you guys about Pornhub?
Oh,
God. We're
It's
gonna
not
get
what you
flagged
think.
now. We're
It's
gonna get
not what you
flagged.
think. I did a intergender match with the Middlesex Express, who are two guys, and we had this thing where my partner was out, and so they start surrounding me. Like at this point, this was actually my debut for this particular company, so I hadn't wrestled yet. So they start surrounding me in the ring. I'm checking on my partner, and I just hit them with a double low blow, and then I shit canned one of them, and I suplexed the other one. And someone recorded a clip of that, and it was called Islana Low Blows. So one day I'm doing a vanity search on Google. I'm just like typing Islana wrestler and see what comes up. And a link to Pornhub comes up because someone had taken it off YouTube and put it on Pornhub. So I immediately messaged the guys in Middlesex Express going, "Oh my God, guys, we're on Pornhub. This is amazing."
oh God.
So I managed to get on Pornhub fully clothed. Actually, with more clothes than I usually wear. So
How many views does it have now? You ever research? Go back.
it got up to 1,400 views or something, like 1.4K, I think it was, before it got unlisted because it wasn't a verified account. So not too shabby, honestly. You know, plenty of people enjoyed watching me knock two guys in the nuts.
If you like that kind of stuff.
Apparently, it's popular. At least 1.4K people liked it. So
Put that on your bucket list, your check off list. Made it on Pornhub.
made it on Pornhub.
Didn't
Made
do
on
anything.
Pornhub without being naked.
It's wild where wrestling takes you.
Well, with this podcast with me and Geek, we never imagined in our wildest dreams that we would be meeting wrestlers from halfway across the country and halfway around the world.
Yeah.
As I told you in the chat and also said before, tomorrow starts British Wrestler Week. We're starting it off with Annabelle from England. She's a British wrestler, young British wrestler, and we end the week following Friday with a British wrestler named Shorty, and she probably fell asleep. Like as soon as our podcast is over, probably fell right to sleep. She's something else. She's a nice girl. And Monday, we're having Riley Measures. He's another British wrestler.
Fantastic. No, I love British wrestling. That's actually someplace that I would love to go to is to go wrestle in England.
Yeah.
That's definitely on my bucket list. I figure I can subsidize the cost of the flight by getting some paydays out there.
There's definitely, when you get a chance, look up CPW in England. That's a good promotion. They have a lot of nice female wrestlers from that promotion that are really cool, like Shorty. We have Alfie, which is like more. Geek, am I saying this right? She's more like the hardcore chick of the promotion. Does a lot of spears.
You would fit in well with with your clique right there with Chad and You and
Yeah.
Delilah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so
She does a lot of concertos. She does a lot of spears. They have her do a lot of ladder spots.
she gave a
Nice.
girl a concerto.
Yeah. She sent us that clip, and I thought it would be some kind of her doing some kind of whatever move. She sent us 3. She sent us her spearing somebody, which I was like, Siren of the Spear. Right there. Geek has the shirt. First, we were talking. She sent us the clips, and then I said, "Do you want one of our stickers?" So she said, "Sure, I'll send you a T-shirt." So I come back. This is before Geek was a mod, or was it Geek? Was Geek at the mod at this time? I don't remember.
I don't think
I
it was.
sent like the auto emoji sticker for a T-shirt. Like this, I was like, move my microphone. Sticker for a T-shirt. Like I don't know emoji like this. And then I afterwards. I thought I saw what she was doing. Mr. Marketing as I am with the podcast all the time before Geek became mod. She's a smart lady. We're sending her a sticker that's like a piece of tape that you stick on the wall with our name on it. She sent us a t-shirt all the way from London, England for us to wear in America so people could see her logo and her face, her name over here. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Bravo, girl. Bravo.
That's real smart. Get your name out there. That's what you got to do.
Exactly.
And she's super sweet. She's super sweet to us. She sent these 2 dudes that she does not know from a hole in the wall a t-shirt. That hit me deep. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Somebody really cares.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sent, but it's funny. I have a fear of white t-shirts with wrestling stuff on it because I ruined a baseball jersey because of mustard. And
Oh,
I got the mustard on the white home jersey. And then she sends me the white Alfie shirt, and I'm like, great. I'm gonna ruin this in a month. I wore it. I got so scared. I said, I'm gonna ruin her shirt. Didn't ruin it, but I'm scared.
Oh yeah, no, that's an awesome shirt. Oh wow,
Right?
Yeah.
that is sick.
I got the same shirt, but in green. I got the same shirt in green though, in the background.
I love it.
Siren of the Spear, Miss Alfie. She's coming on our podcast on on Tuesday.
Monday. It's Tuesday now. I thought it was Monday.
When Monday or Wednesday, whatever. But
Eventually.
Next week, Joe. Right?
Next week. We'll have to like, oh, there's a wrestling person. Hey, people, Wolf wrestling, pro wrestling.
Pandemonium Pro Wrestling. Pandemonium Pro Wrestling. There you go. Right?
Hey, Pandemonium Pro Wrestling, welcome. Yeah, so I could see her if Alfie came to America, Chad Epic would be like, British wrestler that likes to take bumps with weapons. What's her name?
Oh yeah,
Alfie.
Bring her down.
I can already see it.
She's doing this, and she's tall and skinny.
Yeah.
Doing this. Bring her over. I'll make her steak. Does she eat steak? Do they eat steak in England? I heard
Chad's hot sauce too. He claims he has the best hot sauce.
Him and his hot sauce. Oh my god, him and that damn hot sauce. Oh man. So
yeah.
You guys earlier it said something about tell us your bloody stories. So I have one that involves Chad Epic actually. He runs the promotion Rated R, and he was running out of the building that I was in pretty much every weekend, the Chop Shop too, in Pawtucket. And so he has this show, and I was like an authority. I was basically the Stephanie McMahon of this show. I was the authority, the evil authority figure. And so I come out and I'm in like this nice suit with like black leggings, tall knee-high tall boots, no shirt, just the blazer and the bra. Like it looks good. And so the culmination, the main event was this group of clowns versus this group of hardcore wrestlers. And it's a hardcore match, and there's, light tubes and tacks and everything everywhere. And my job was to take one of the guys out eventually because he kept messing with me. So he's messing with me, and then I hit my signature booby trap. which is a double lung blower. But first, you get to motorboat me. So it's disorient and attack. So I did this, and the guy was, of course, in a hardcore match, so he's covered in blood. So one of my favorite pictures of my entire wrestling career is a picture of me in this blazer, which is now covered in blood and face paint. My chest, my face, everything is covered in blood. Not my blood, his blood. And I'm just laughing maniacally as I'm walking back after I gave him the booby trap, and I'm just laughing my ass off. And it's one of my 8x10s now because it's just such a good picture. And I actually just sold one the other week. Because the guy was like, "What's your favorite?" I was like, "This one." He's like, "Ah, good choice." So that's my Chad Epic story. One of many.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite opponent you like to work with, or
Favorite opponent?
yeah?
That's pretty tough too, because there's a lot of people I really like working with. Lately, I would say people like Delilah Hayden. I love working with Delilah. They say she hits hard, but and she does. But I kind of like it. It's love taps. I've worked with a lot of guys too. Shady Shay is a guy that I've worked with a lot. I won my championship. I'm the hype champion at RWA. I won my hype championship off of him, and I very much enjoy beating him up. He's not a small guy, and so I have to get real creative in ways of suplexing him because he's just huge. But we've almost killed each other a couple times, but we have a lot of fun when we do beat each other up, and it's just a good time. Like it's brutal, it's hard hitting. I can't get out of bed the next morning, but it's worth it.
Did you have the chance to watch the AEW pay-per-view?
I did. I didn't end up. I fell asleep for the main event. It was past my bedtime.
Joe missed the last 10 minutes of the show, and I'm like,
I had to go to bed.
what the
That was all of
hell?
it. Yeah, no, I woke up the next morning and I went on Twitter because I knew I was like, did they actually come out? And I just opened up Twitter. I was like, aha, yes, they did.
Yeah,
It
Joe
was
was like, as soon as Kenny hit that one-wing angel on Christian, like, I'm going to bed. Good night. And I was like, and then I was watching the rest of it, and then Kenny started beating everybody up. Then Cole came out, Brian came out. I'm like, Joe's missing the best part, man.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I was bummed that I missed that part, but it was like I got to see the clip anyway, so it was just like seeing it live basically.
Yeah.
I would have to say my favorite part of that was the tag match, the Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
That's his favorite.
That was such a good match. Oh my god, it was incredible.
Non-stop action. That match had everything.
Oh my god, like so good, so well done, so intricate.
The thumbtack shoes that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the thumbtack shoes. And I mean that was really inspired because that was kind of a callback too, because they did that to Candice LeRae at PWG. And so as soon as he pulled it out, I was like, oh.
I forgot completely about that. That was the infamous match where Candice LeRae had her whole face covered in blood.
Yeah, the Crimson Mask. Yup. She's one tough bitch. She's a really tough bitch.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet her someday.
Yeah, that and but the markout moment for me would probably have to be Minoru Suzuki coming out.
Yo, yeah, that was huge.
You're just seeing Joe's face. You're just seeing Joe's face. You're like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? He's not a big New Japan fan. And then he's like, who's this guy coming out? I'm like, oh my god, dude!
Yeah,
right?
I bugged for that.
I can't see myself staying up till like 2:00. I like New Japan's cool. I can watch New Japan anytime I want. I'll do it. But staying up till 2:00 in the morning to watch a wrestling show,
I watch him live.
Yeah, no, I watch them the next day. I can't stay up that late to watch the shows. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Forget that.
I hate being spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You just gotta stay off social media. Like, watch it when you wake up in the morning. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Drink a nice cup of coffee, eat a nice egg sandwich, runny egg sandwich, and watch your wrestling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the best part of waking up. It's a balanced breakfast.
Uh-huh.
It must be like you're doing that coffee thing. The best part of waking up is watching wrestlers with the face bloody.
Yay!
Watching Lucha Brothers bleed.
Oh my god, boy,
I
did they
mean,
ever.
there's really no blood in New Japan. Really, it's more about the wrestling.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's blood, but majority of the time it's mostly about the wrestling.
Yeah, it's hard hitting and it's intense,
Yeah.
but it's really really good. I enjoy Japanese wrestling a lot. I went on a kick where I watched a lot of Joshi, like old Joshi, like Aja Kong, Bull Nakano, who was one of my idols, Bull Nakano, Miami Toyota, and just those are some really tough bitches.
We're
Like
trying. We're trying to.
the the Joshi, like it's just so intense. Like I don't know how they can do half of what they do. Like I could not do that. I fully admit there's a lot of stuff that they do that I was like, yeah, no, I could not. Nope, not for me, not for me. But I wicked respect everything that they do, and I've been trying to incorporate more Joshi stuff into what I do.
Mhm.
Because there's nothing cooler than just yoking someone up and chucking them across the ring and watching them go wee.
Yeah, I would try to get what you called Maki Ito on the show. I was telling Joe, but Joe's like, "How would we talk to her?"
Yeah, you get a point there. You need a translator.
Yeah, she knows what two words, motherfuckers. That's
That'd be
it.
the best interview ever. Is this female wrestler cool? Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
That would be the whole interview,
We
motherfuckers.
doing that or we flipping off the camera? We're like,
Fantastic.
Geek, I think we got kicked off Twitch.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I told Delilah we're live right now.
Oh yes.
I hope she pops in the chat. That'd be
I hope
nice.
so too. I love me some Delilah.
She
Hope
was
Chad
hilarious. She was
Hope
so
Chad
fun.
pops in the chat too.
That would be cool. Yeah.
He's popped in our chat before, so.
As I said, the last show we just had with the German wrestler, I told Shorty, and Shorty came in. Shorty popped in the chat. Maybe she's not passed out sleeping like I thought she is. Maybe she's awake.
We can try.
Let's see if Shorty's still. Sorry, didn't mean to do this in the middle of an interview. So sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you have a
live again? What are you guys doing?
So, what's your opinion on intergender wrestling?
I love intergender wrestling. It is my favorite art form. I understand the controversy. A lot of people don't like it. I don't get when people say it's not believable because, quite frankly, like there are like some of the guys I've wrestled, I could fuck them up, like for real. I I can literally pick them up and throw them. But I definitely see the domestic violence angle of it. I usually try and tell my stories in a way that prevents that because I channel it's gonna sound weird, but I channel that inner rage of a woman that's gotten beaten by her husband like 2 or 3 times and she's had enough and now she's gonna get the frying pan and she's gonna kill him. So that's kind of the energy that I try and channel is that, like you've picked on me. Now you're going to get your comeuppance. But they do have to be told very carefully. They have to, there can be like some of the gratuitous violence that you can get away with in same-sex matches. You can't get away with in an intergender match. You can't have violence for the sake of violence in an intergender match. Everything needs to have meaning. Everything needs to be done because, to tell a story. So you have to be really careful with that. But it tells such a good story. It's so interesting. I honestly, my best matches have been against men. I just feel more comfortable beating them up than, like, I get nervous that I'm actually going to severely injure some of the women that I wrestle. Like put them in the hospital or something. So I tend to be a little less comfortable wrestling them than I am with the guys. With the guys, I'm like just wailing on them, just beating the crap out of them. And I'm like, yeah, he can take it. He's fine. So it's definitely an art form. It needs to be told. One story I've always wanted to tell is that of the heel female that finally gets the baby face guy to punch her in the face and get the crowd to actually react positively to it. I don't know if it's possible. A lot of people told me it's not. I think it is possible, but it's going to be very carefully done. So that's a story that I'd love to tell someday. But right now I'm too busy being a sweetheart. So
Who's someone you would like to wrestle in an intergender match?
Pardon?
Who's someone you like to wrestle in an intergender match?
Oh God, everybody. I'm trying to think of anyone that's like really top of my list right now that I haven't wrestled already. Wrestled Kellen. I've wrestled Mike Montero. I don't think I could pick one person.
Have you ever wrestled Aaron Rourke or no?
No, I haven't actually even met Aaron Rourke yet.
No?
No, I've heard of him. He's been on some shows that I've had my finger on the pulse of wrestling for, but I've yet to meet him. Actually, I'm trying to think of some of I know who I want to wrestle. Trevor Aon from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
We would have a hell of a match. He's the original Gothic gangster, and he's fantastic. He's incredible, and he and I would have one hell of a match. I would love to wrestle him. But I mean, for the most part, like at least locally, I've pretty much wrestled the people that I want to wrestle at least once. I mean, I'm always down to do it again, but there's only a handful of names that I haven't been able to wrestle, and nothing pops up really.
PSK.
BSK. I actually don't know that one.
He's based out of Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he wrestles a little bit towards Maine too. So.
Okay, it does sound a little familiar, so I'd have to. But I'm not very familiar with him.
And another one's TJ Crawford.
TJ, I know pretty well. I've been on some shows with TJ. That would be an interesting clash of styles because he's very fast and flippy, and just very intense in general. And I'm slower and more methodical and more power based. But if it would be one of those stories we would tell where he's running circles around me, and I just kind of snatch him up out of nowhere and throw him around the ring a little bit. That would be a really fun match, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's another person that I think you should look up when you're done with us on the podcast. I always tell the guests to do this, and it feels so bad. His name is the Savage Juggernaut Tamaku. He's from Texas.
Ooh, that's an interesting name, Savage Juggernaut.
Yeah, he is.
He gets mad at us for putting him over, but whatever.
He is a big wrestler, and he doesn't care who he wrestles. He wants to wrestle everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's a beast. I mean, beast. But he sounds like Cookie Monster when he talks.
Yeah. Oh God, that's cute.
Yes, but he hates adults, and he thinks the kids. He's like, I hate adults, but kids spend their parents' money.
It's true. Whenever I'm the bad guy, I find it easy to hate the adults. But I find it so hard to hate on the kids. I have to like kind of channel my inner evil queen, like evil Disney queen, and be like, you know what? As long as you love me, I love you. The moment you boo me, I hate you, and you're dead to me, and I'm gonna stick my henchmen on you. So that's basically how that goes. But I mean, I don't have to do that much. I'm very rarely the heel. I'm usually the baby face. So it works out.
You're going to jinx it now. You came on our podcast, and then next week the promoter is going to tell you, you know what? I think you're going to turn heel now. So,
I mean, that did just happen. That did just happen at one of my promotions. I won't say which because it hasn't happened yet, but there's some promotions where that is going to happen. But it was funny because I literally was going in there being like, I've done everything I possibly can do as a baby face in this company. I'm going to tell him that it's time for me to turn heel. And he comes up to me, he's like, I think we should turn you heel. And I'm like, excellent.
Bingo.
I was going to tell you the same thing.
Yeah, it's hilarious to think that back in the day, everybody had a heel or face thing. If you're like, oh, I hate him, like Mr. Perfect. Oh my God, I hated him when I was a kid. I hated him. He was so mean and so messed up to people. But then I guess he turned face on Bobby the Brain Heenan during this Superstars event when they were talking at the table, and he's like, "What? No!" He started yelling at Bobby the Brain Heenan. I was like, "You know what? Mr. Perfect's not that bad of a guy." I went to the Garden with my dad. It was like a month later. They had a house show at the Garden, and my uncle's like, "Randy, let's go buy something at the stand." So I was like, "All right." He's going a Hogan bandana, the Macho Man shirt. I should have got the Macho Man shirt or the Hogan Rip shirt, but I got the Mr. Perfect poster in the corner of him like this.
Oh yeah,
and half him, and the other half is the statue. Yeah,
fantastic.
and I still have it. I did this to the last guest, and I forgot to show them, but it's in my room under my bed in one of those. You remember in the 90s when you took all your posters and stuck them in that plastic like thing? It's like a long tube thing that they use. Like it's like, but I have it's a green one, and I stuck all my posters in it, and that one's in there. I have to figure out which poster it is, but it's in there. So if
it's I find in there, it's somewhere.
Yeah,
can't lose it.
Yeah. So before our mod's head explode, do you have any pets?
Yes, I do. I do have. Well, I don't have. My roommate has a dog, a beagle, who is a pain in my ass. But she's very cute. And then I have. I'll give you a little tour over here. I don't know if you can see her in there, but my guinea pig is. I think she's hiding right now, actually. But my guinea pig's in there.
You and Delilah both have guinea pigs.
Yes, yes. I've actually had to ask her advice multiple times on guinea pigs because mine's a little bitch and she likes to bite me. I love her desperately, and she just likes to bite me and pee on me. So we're working on socializing her. I have to handle her more often, but she wasn't very well socialized. I was given her by a friend who just couldn't take care of her. He just didn't have the time. He got a new job, so. I was like, well, I'm not going to leave an animal in need. So I was like, yeah, I'll take her in. And, but he hadn't handled her enough when she was a baby. So she doesn't really like being touched. And I mean, I get that. I don't like being touched much either. So.
So would you ever face David for the title at Chaotic?
I mean, I would. I absolutely would. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I would definitely love. One of my favorite matches I've ever had was at Lucky Pro against Davian. It was such a good match. It was a face-face match, and it was my first time ever doing that. And it was definitely a unique challenge, and it came out really, really well. Unfortunately, there's no footage of it, so I can't point you in the direction of it. You're just gonna have to trust my words on it that it was a good match. But the guinea pig's name is Clementine, by the way.
Oh, cute name.
So yes, Clementine. But
like in True Blood, not as a True Blood. What was the name of that show? Was it True Blood? Someone's name was Clementine. No, Westworld.
Oh, Westworld. I actually haven't seen that. I don't know where the Clementine came from. She was already named when I got her, so
Maybe Westworld, because there
it's
was a girl.
possible.
Because there's a girl in the show and her name is Clementine, so I figured,
Ah.
yeah. And then there was also someone named in the Walking Dead games, Clementine.
That's more likely. That's more
Yeah,
likely because my friend that I got her from is a big gamer. So
the Telltale games. I don't know if you remember those games.
no, I do not.
They're like those
It,
games were actually fun. They were like the ones where you get to choose your own adventures with the Walking Dead.
Oh, that's cool.
Like
I
every
remember
every time you choose something, you could choose something different. So it leads to
Yeah,
a different story. So those games are
that's
always,
fun. I used to
yeah.
love those books when I was a kid. The Choose Your Own Adventure books. Those are some of my favorites.
Yeah, but it's a game though. I'm saying it's a
Yeah,
game.
so it's even more interactive.
Yeah. So
they have Batman like that also on the PlayStation. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, they have Batman like that. They have the character you're talking to will say a line, and then you have to choose the right, like what line you thought would be right,
response. Yeah.
and it chooses how because it's a bunch of different Batman games all in one group of games, and if you say a certain line to the person, the next game that character will come at you saying, "I remember you told me this," because
yeah,
Ah,
kind of like the Walking Dead games. Like they remember what you
yeah,
told them. Like for example, during the games, and they could turn on you with that one decision you made throughout the game.
because the one game, that game that I'm talking about, fans and everybody on the screen, the game builds up to the way Joker becomes the Joker.
mm.
But when he meets Batman in the game, he's John Doe.
I
He
think
doesn't
that's
have a
Telltale, dude. I think
It's
because
Telltale. Yeah, I think
Telltale
that's
makes a couple of games. They make Walking Dead. They make I think they made a Back to the Future one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that
fun.
sounds fun. I love
Look
Back
it
to
up
the
on if
Future.
you have a PlayStation. Look it up. They got
Yeah,
you buy one and you buy the whole package and you get all of the games. So you're sitting there playing, you don't realize it, and you're messaging us, guys. Thanks a lot. What you did. Now it's 5 a.m.
no, I can't leave.
I'm playing Telltale games on the
You
computer
guys
now.
suck. I love you, but you suck. Heel turn.
I
I
think
love
I,
it.
I
geek
think I,
geek into that, but I'm a Ghostbusters fan, straight up. Yes, right.
Oh yeah,
That's my franchise. This is my franchise. I'm a real franchisee. I am the founder of Ghostbusters of Pike County, Pennsylvania.
fantastic.
I'm the Dan Aykroyd. Here, like the new trailer. We're closed. That's I can't even tell you. I just got chills when I said it.
Oh
When
yeah.
that phone rang and you saw the red handle go up and you heard him go, "We're closed."
Close.
Like,
Yeah, no, that trailer was so good. I can't wait to see that.
I cried for 15 minutes when they showed the picture of the I had to pause the trailer and I went, "This is really happening. This is really happening." And then
Oh
just
my
you kept
god.
going, and then you saw Amy Potts. Uh,
Yup.
I do another show with with another Ghostbuster fan on YouTube. If you ever get a chance, it's Ghost Head Talk. You should go check it out. It's we break down all the stuff that's happening with Ghostbusters and stuff like that.
Nice.
I know. Sorry, we went off wrestling topic. That's what we do here on Dudes at Ringside. We talk about
Squirrel,
everything.
Everything.
Joe, squirrel.
Squirrel. So have you ever got a chance to check out any of our other past episodes?
Not yet, no. Unfortunately. Although I probably will do my best to. I'm really bad at podcasting lately. I used to be much better at it, and lately I just feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head. I just bought a house, um, so I've been doing a lot of home repair. Trying to upgrade the house, and everything's already starting to break on me. So that has been a massive time suck. So basically, like, I'm either wrestling, working, or fixing my house. You would think that maybe I should just listen to podcasts while I'm fixing my house, but there's usually a lot of swearing involved. So,
Oh, we swear too. So it's like, okay.
well, yes, but I'd swear so much I wouldn't be able to hear the podcast because I'm this motherfucking piece of shit. So, but it's been an adventure. I'll give you that.
I just got a thought. You can say, Joe, you're crazy. Maybe next year we can get her back on. We'll get Delilah on. We'll get Chad on. We'll get a bunch of other deathmatch wrestlers and make an episode all about like hardcore.
A week.
Or a week of New England. Boom. New England wrestling.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Because you guys have been one of the most supportive people to us in the United States.
Yeah, no, New England is something special. There's just something so unique about New England wrestling. It's a very cutthroat area. I'll admit it. There's a lot of people that don't like me just because of who I am and what I do. But it's also a very tight knit community, and we live and breathe wrestling. Some of the best wrestling in the country comes out of New England. I mean, you got Beyond, you got Limitless, you got Chaotic, and you have Lucky Pro, and you have NCW, and you have NECW, and you have UFO, and RWA, which RWA literally started from the ground up and has become some of the best wrestling in the area. And I'm proud to say that I've been a part of that. So,
yeah.
We'll definitely get in contact with you again about coming on next year. About doing.
Yeah, definitely.
We're already starting to book for next year, and I started going crazy. And Geek's like, Joe, stop. We gotta wait because what if these people decided like they forget they book with us and then they go, oh crap.
Yeah.
I told him to slow it down because it's like you don't know what's going to happen.
I stopped doing that. I'm like, I'll just stick to this year just in case because I get worried because I tell Geek these people get in contact with that never did, and I'm like, I had my expression this, and my mom and dad looked at me like, I was like, zombies at the window. Zombies at the window. We don't want to lose that zombie's attention because they may see brains at another window.
They may cancel anyway if they have a show.
Yeah, but
right? Because
the girl that's coming on Saturday from here we go. There's another promotion we're having on the podcast. Their promotion is out of Alabama. They're called Liberty Pro.
Okay.
When we get that owner on, do you mind us mentioning your name so they can know about you?
By all means, mention away.
It's an all-women promotion.
Ooh, I feel like I've heard of them before.
They like a lot of our posts. Anytime we post anything with a woman, boop, you see like their logo is like a red and white. It almost looks like here we go. It almost looks like a barber pole.
Yeah.
The red and white stripes. So it's the red with the white. So if you see like a red and white stripes in our like panel, it's Liberty.
That's them.
It's Liberty Pro. Because I was like, Liberty Pro? What the heck is this? And then I realized, then I got the email, and then he got our list of guests, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's a good reach. You've got Germany, you've got England, Alabama, not bad for Long Island and Pennsylvania.
California, too. California, the West Coast, besides you guys, have been the most supportive of us. California. Yeah. California's like, we got Santino Brothers is not Santino Morella, another school.
No, I know Santino Brothers. One of my friends, Punk Rock Poindexter, he wrestles out. He trains at the Santino Brothers school. I met him through Wrestlers Lab back in 2018, and he's fantastic. If you ever can find him, Darwin Finch is the name. Punk Rock Poindexter. But I think he just had a gimmick change, so now I think he's going by just Finch. At least on Twitter, he's just Finch. Right. So.
Yeah, we had a lot of people from that area. We had Marco Mania. You ever hear of him?
Haven't heard that one. No.
Marco. We had Aaliyah Mia Garcia is another one we had on our
There's a
podcast.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
She's
she knows the Candy Girl. She
Ooh, I like it.
yeah.
There's two Candy Girls. We found out the hard way because there's Livia, and then there's another girl with this just called Candy Girl.
Ah, yeah.
There's Hellman Rosecrown who wrestled out of that school.
Nice.
You would like Hellman Rosecrown. He's very
Yeah.
He's good with his words on the microphone. He knows how.
He could be in this chat right now. We don't even know about it because he does that.
And then he'll send us like 50 clips from that episode in our private chat on Instagram. I'm like, what? He was watching? Because we were talking about him. It's like Daddy's watching.
He's always watching.
The devil's always watching. Like the greatest manager, he's always watching. It's like baseball bat behind his back, always watching, guys.
Oh my god.
He might not say nothing, but he's watching.
Yeah. There you go. Big Brother's always watching. Remember Geek Zombies at the Window. Never forget Zombie at the window. It could be a female zombie. It could be a male zombie. You never know.
Once your brains.
Yeah, as I said, tomorrow we have Abigail, and she was the zombie at the window. Yeah, she was. And Geek's like, oh God.
Abigail. It's Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle. Oh God.
You have the same thing that my mother has. My mother can't say names for shit. She always botches the names every time.
Yeah.
I'm always the one that's correcting him, and then and it makes me look bad to like, no, right?
Every doll in my bedroom's gonna I have pops. Do you collect anything? Because I have pops in my room, random ones. They're all gonna.
Oh yeah, I have 2 pops. I was given 2 pops for Christmas this year. And they popped my pop cherry. But I try to not collect things because I know that once I start collecting them, I'm going to become obsessed and I'm not going to be able to stop. So that's why I never collected pops, because I was like, once I start, I'm going to want them all and I'm going to just sink my money into it. Excuse me. So I try to not collect too much stuff. I can't quite. Oh yeah. Fantastic. I love it.
The reason why my friend got me this for my birthday is because I met Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins back in the day at NYWC before they were big.
Yeah.
And met him literally. We were sitting there in a picture. And I'm like this with them week before they left for WWE, and then I see them on the main roster. I'm like, oh my God. My friend's like, what are you going for your birthday? And it's like, oh, I'll take a pop. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. And then she shows up at my house with a cool luchador mask, COVID mask.
Yeah.
And a Zack Ryder pop.
Nice.
And I also
fantastic.
I also have, now I'm going to have trouble putting this back up here. Watch. Should never open this up, but.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
I cried for 15 minutes staring at it on the shelf.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because he died, and it still hits home whenever people mention this movie coming out and how Ramis is not there to actually.
Yeah, to make it a whole.
With this new movie,
It's true. It's true.
My Ghostbusters side of me cringes every time I think that there was a movie in 2016 and it had nothing to do with the whole Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that was so random. We just pretend that doesn't exist. I mean, I liked the premise of it, but the execution was an epic failure. So
Geek's getting mad talking about Ghostbusters. This is not your Tuesday show. Come on, Joe. He gets like that. He'll private message me in the chat. Joe, this is not Ghost Head Talk podcast. I'm airing my grievances when I'm not with Laura. Okay, that's my co-host Laura. Cool. She's a good chick. She's my friend. She's a friend.
Do you have any stories from the ring?
Stories. So I will tell the blinker story. It was one of my favorite road stories. I was doing a show up in Maine, which is a 5-hour drive from where I live. And so we met up with, it was me and Nicole Matala, who you may or may not have heard of. She's another local wrestler. And we're driving up, we drive up to Lynn, Massachusetts to meet up with Brandino Davis, who was going to drive with us the rest of the way. And Brandino, in case you don't know, likes to smoke the weed quite a bit. So he's driving and he's smoking and he's driving, and every time he changes his lanes, he forgets to turn off his blinker.
Oh, geez.
And this is my biggest pet peeve. Like, people that forget to turn off their blinker drive me insane. So every 15 minutes or so, I'm like, blinker, blinker, blinker. So for this entire 4-hour drive up to the middle of Maine, I'm just shouting, blinker, blinker. And to the point now where every time he comments on anything on Facebook or Instagram or anything, he just goes, blinker. Honestly, that's probably one of the better road stories that I have. Most of my road trips have been pretty uneventful. I did actually have another answer to your question about who I want to wrestle. Guys I want to wrestle, Logan Black. Logan Black, I want to wrestle him really badly. I think we would make magic happen. It would be very, very fun. Also, Everett Cross, who I technically have wrestled once before, but he's fantastic. The God of Drivers, Everett Cross. He wrestles mostly out of Pro Wrestling Magic out in Jersey. But he's really, really good. So hopefully that will happen sooner than later. But yeah, I mean, stories from the ring. There was a time I suplexed a guy on a bag of rubber dicks. That was while he was wearing a dress. That was a thing that happened. Probably one of the weirder things that's ever happened. That's all that's really jumping out at me right now. I ended up finishing that match by suplexing him through a miniature ironing board.
Man, Rhode Island, you guys have your weird matches.
Oh, I've had some really weird ones. Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Delilah had that wooden box match that she was telling us about. So I was like, what the heck, man? You guys, you know.
We have some weird stuff out in New England, man. Like, we're just reinventing the wheel, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you're like, God damn, that was awesome. And sometimes you're like, oh God, that was terrible. So
yeah, when me and Joe go on the road for the podcast, I think New England's one day. I think New England is one place we're definitely hitting up because you guys seem to have the best matches planned.
When we come, we'll definitely be in the house, and we will tell all. I'm the as you know, I'm the Bobby the Brain Heenan of the podcast. I like to say I'm the Howard Finkel because I like to do the announcement. When you listen to past episodes, I do my Howard Finkel impression.
Sometimes you don't do it.
Oh, sometimes I gotta rest the pipes, baby. The Fink doesn't always come out, but when he does, magic happens.
Fantastic.
Yes, and I know you're in New England, but I grew up in New York, and my place of arena that I grew up going to, I would always hear these sweet words, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madison Square Garden, and here we go."
Yes.
And
that's gotta be surreal.
If you're a child of the 90s, the announcement, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleMania."
Yeah. Oh man. That's gonna be such a surreal feeling.
It's hard to say this because Fink was my favorite ring announcer. I also like Michael Gary Capetta from WCW. From Venice Beach, California, weighing 275 pounds. This is Sting.
Oh my God, yes, that's a good
Yes,
one.
yes. I like doing the Fink better because the Fink
What
I don't
about
have
Tony
to.
Schiavone?
What?
Tony Schiavone doing Sting.
Tony Schiavone? I
Yeah.
don't know. I know the Fink. The Fink.
WCW, Joe. Tony
Oh, yeah,
Schiavone.
Yeah, we got to work on that one for your next show.
yeah. Well, like I don't know. The day the Fink died, Geek was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Joe. I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
He kept saying because he knew how much the Fink meant to me. Because like I was telling Geek that is my dream interview, and that was my dream is to walk up to him and be like, to my friend Justin. We used to always go to the cons, and Fink was at one of them, and he's like, Joe, man, if I could have got you to go, I know you would have went up to him and talked to him and told him, Fink, what do you like? How do you do it? How do you do the voice things? Like, what do you do? Drink so you don't lose your voice. I had my friend he didn't know I did that, the Fink voice. And I was walking behind him. We were talking about wrestling, and he was walking in front of me, and I just belted out Howard Finkel. I was like, walking down the aisle in Walmart, weighing 115 pounds, soaking wet, from Jervis, New York, Jay Beans on the scene. And he was like, that you, man? That was you? And I was like, yeah. He's like, man, you gave me chills, man. That was good. Like, can I record that from my show? I was like, no. That's
Yeah,
that's
gotta pay me for that one.
I'm I love for every wrestler we've ever had on the podcast. I always do that. So it's what's Oksana is
Isana.
Isana coming down the aisle from New England. Oksana, the suplex sweetheart.
Yes, I love it.
You've been finked.
I've been finked.
Yeah.
You're on the wall of Fink. You're on the wall of Fink.
I love it.
I've had wrestlers like Tamaku, big tough scary juggernauts, get stopped at their steps and going, "Oh my God!" He went out of the voice. He out of the. He was like, "Wow." I'm gonna go in my real voice, Joe. I just got chills.
Nah.
Chills, and I'm like, "That's what I do." That's what I do. That's what I do. I bring chills.
Absolutely.
This Panther brings chills and makes people happy. And that we can. That's what I love about this. I tell Geek about this every time. I love connecting the wrestlers and the fans from all over the world. Right, Geek?
Mm-hmm.
We want to connect this wrestling community, not just East Coast, West Coast. I want to connect it to the world.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't know. You could be seeing by a promotion in London, England, and they're like, I'd be definitely she can get in contact with her. You know what I mean? Like you could be getting a message in your DMs from tomorrow from
You never
CBW.
know.
Hey, how can we get you here? From Germany. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Liberty Pro
Yeah.
like
It's possible. It's possible.
If you have to go, we understand, you know? If you have to go,
you have to go.
Oh, I do have to go in a little bit. I got about 6 minutes left, and then I have to head out. But
all right.
So hit me with some rapid fire questions if you got any.
If anyone in the chat has rapid fire questions too, that's
hit me with some rapid fire. Let's go. We got something.
All right. So what would be like a match that you'd be like if a promoter came up to you and said, "We want you to face what's his name? That faced Jericho in that that hardcore match. What's his face?
Nick Gage.
Yeah, if they came out, if you you were doing a show and they didn't tell you till you got to the door, like in the back, and you came out, and the promoter's like, "Okay, We want you to fight Nick Gage tonight in a big hard death match. Would you do it?
I mean, I suppose it depends on my mood. If I'm feeling like going for broke, I probably would do it. I don't hate hardcore. It's not real like light tubes are straight out for me. I will not do light tubes, but I'm not afraid to bleed for a match. Um, I've had some hardcore matches, mostly household hardcore matches. So it was mostly like getting chased around with brooms and getting cheese grated, which did leave scabs. um, but I might, I would probably be like, yo, what the hell? But especially that I wasn't able to plan for it, and I would have to find some gear that I could bleed in. But I don't think I would. I think I would say yes to that probably. Um, there's not a lot that I'm truly terrified of.
Favorite television show?
Favorite television show? Oh God, that's tough because I don't really watch a lot of television anymore. I watch mostly like YouTube. I watch SciShow on YouTube all the time. I watch a lot of like science stuff. I guess you would say PBS Nova. Yeah, I'm a nerd.
We're all nerds.
You have anything you want to promote?
I mean, definitely. I should probably throw in my socials. At Isana Baby on Twitter. Though I've been awful at tweeting lately. And then at underscore or Isana underscore baby on Instagram. And then on Facebook, you can just search for Isana. But it's Isana / Isana Alron, which I can't spell without looking at it or typing it out. So let me open a tab real quick, and I'm just going to type it out real quick. Come on, open. Alraun, Alron, which was a proposed last name that I was going to use, and then I never ended up using it, and I've just been Isana ever since. So,
Any upcoming matches?
I do have several upcoming matches in September. I have this weekend. I have blessedly off. To let my body recover. But next weekend, I have NCW in Dedham, Mass. On September 17th. I'm facing Jesse Nolan from Limitless. And then I have a match coming up on the September 18th that is still to be announced. But that's coming up. That's RWA, and that's going to be in Riverside, aka East Providence, Rhode Island. And the week after that, I'm going to be in Hudson, Massachusetts for Lucky Pro Wrestling on Friday the 24th. And then I'm going to be in Bristol, Rhode Island for NCW again on the 25th. So I got a lot of things cooking for September. October is still pretty open. So if anyone's looking for someone to get suplexed, I am accepting bookings for October. So.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, by the way.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
We had fun.
Tell Jessie we say hi because she's been on our podcast.
I will. I absolutely will.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome.
All right. Later.
All right. Take care, guys.
You take care. Bye.
Peace out.
That was a fun interview.
Fun.
Yeah.
We talked about everything there. Nerd stuff.
Everything, Joe. We don't hold back on Dudes at Ringside podcast, right?
Our buddy Tomiku would say everything.
But anyway, like I said earlier today, it's like Louisiana's the struggling over there. Please donate whatever you can. Candles, water, food, lights, batteries, whatever you can. Please donate to the Red Cross. They really need your help. There's no running water or power over there. So please help us out. Please help them out. Be greatly appreciated. Joe?
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. We're coming up on a fun week for Dudes at Ringside fans. We are coming up to British Wrestler Week starting tomorrow at 2:30 America time, East Coast time. England, British time, 7:30. We'll hanging out with the one, the only, the scary but seems very sweet and trusting Annabelle. Come in and hang out with us this week. We have some fun wrestling, and we will see you tomorrow at 2:30. Peace out, everybody. See you soon, Alfie.